Hey guys, in this tutorial I'm going to go ahead and go through basically all the concepts that we've learned so far. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to go ahead and do a new project. Java application. I'm just going to call it review video. Okay, and I don't need this file, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. Where's delete? Right there. Okay. Yeah, I don't need it. Just get rid of it. We're going to go here and do a new JFrame. Okay. I'm just going to call it JFrame form is fine. All right. So here's my JFrame. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drag a little panel in here. Okay. Kind of make it big here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in a label. Well, let's do the button first, because the first one I saw. Okay. Just make sure it's in our panel. I'm going to go ahead now and just change the background to our panel so we can see it. Just going to make it a little pink color here, okay? So now you can see it, okay? So I have my button. I want a label. I'm going to want another label. And let's do two text fields. Let's go ahead and throw in another text field. Okay, so I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go ahead and change the text to, I don't know, height. And the second one to, I don't know, width. Okay, this JText field. I'm going to go ahead and put in the text. I'm just going to put in 0. Okay, I'm going to put in 0 for this one too. Okay, so looks cool. All right, so what I'll do is I might, you can put in a few zeros. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go to code. I'm going to go ahead and put in the variable name. I'm going to call it number. I'm going to actually call it height TF. I might have misspelled that. Let me make sure I didn't misspell it. Height TF. And I'm going to call the other one width TF. Okay. And yeah, that's about it. I'm going to do one more label. And I'm going to call this thing nothing, because I'm not going to put anything on it. I'm going to put the text that says area, and then next to it I'm going to go ahead and put in another label. Okay, I'm going to put in 0 here for the text because there's nothing there, and let's call it area for the code. We're going to call it area LBL. Okay, so that's area LBL. That's width TF, that's height TF, everything's pretty good. All right, this panel, I could call it JPanel1. I'm going to keep it like that. I'm not even going to change the name. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some coding. All right, let's do another button as well. Let's do 2 more buttons actually. We'll do one button here, another button here. And let's try to squeeze them all in this panel here, okay? All right. This button, I'm just going to put some text, just so I know what these buttons are doing. I'm going to call it calc area. I'm going to call the other one change color. I'm going to put another one clear. And let's do one more button called close. Okay, so I'm not actually going to name the buttons because I don't need to. All right, so now we have the interface. Let's go ahead and do calculate area, right? Double click in here. We're going to scroll up. We don't want to touch this code. We have to scroll up and find where our cursor is. It's right here. Right under JButton1. That's exactly what we want. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to say int area or int base int base, okay, equals integer dot try parse this dot hitf dot get text. Okay, and we need a little semicolon. All right, so let's not call it base. Let's call it int height. Okay, the next one, I'm going to make it a double, just to show you how this works. Double dbl width equals double. See how this changes? Dot try parse this dot with text field dot get text. So that's it. Now what have we done there? We have stored the data from the text field. Okay, this is wrong. I'm using a different language. Whoops. It's not try parse. It's integer dot parse int. Okay? Don't do what I just did. It won't work. Integer double dot parse double. There we go. Okay. So what this does, this will take the value from the text field and it'll put it into the height. So it'll say, okay, integer dot parse int. So go ahead and turn this thing right here, the get text, into an integer and store it here. Okay, this says get this stuff right here with text field dot get text. So go ahead and get the text from this text field right here. That's the with text field, and store it in double height. Okay, beautiful. We're going to come up with one more double answer, or I could call it area. dbl area equals int height times dbl width. Okay, and we can do that because you can mix integers and doubles. It's fine, not a problem. You can't put doubles in integers, but you can put integers in doubles. Okay, so now that we've done the math, we've got it. Let's go ahead and display our answer. So we're going to say this dot, I don't know what I call it, area LBL okay, dot set text. Now what do I want to put in there? Well, I want to do this. I want to say double dot toString dbl area, because it already knows. It already knows. I want to say, hey, take the dbl area and go ahead and put it in the text, put it in the label. I can't put it in the label if I don't do set text. It won't work. That's just not the way it works, because it's expecting, in these parentheses here, it's expecting a string. As you know, a string is text. So we have to say double dot toString to turn it into text. If it was an integer, we'd say integer dot toString. So that's it. That's all you do. So if we were to go ahead and run our program now, say okay, and we're just going to say 4, and then width was 5.5, calculate area. Beautiful. It works good. Okay, so that's it. That's all there is to it. That's pretty simple. We're not done yet though. So we're going to go to design, and we're going to go ahead and go to clear. Clear is pretty easy. We're going to put nothing in the text box. There's a bunch of different ways you can do this, but easiest way to do this is just say this dot with text field dot set text this dot height text field, I can't do clear, dot set text. Okay, this dot area LBL dot set text, and what this does is this will clear everything out for you. So let's go ahead and quickly run this just so you see what it does. So we're going to go ahead and put in 4, and then we'll put like 56.6, whatever, calculate area, and then we go to clear and puts everything back to nothing. Now you could say this if you're really clever. You could say, oh, hey, Mr. Slow, there were zeros in there before. There you go. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so that's done. That was easy. Next thing we have to do, last thing we have to do, actually change color. Okay, it's pretty simple to do. So all we're going to do is we're going to change the color of the JPanel. Okay, and the way we do this is pretty easy. We say this dot JPanel1 dot set background color, and look at that, it gives me a color. Let's say I don't like yellow. Say, Mr. Slow, I hate yellow. Let's try, I don't know, cyan. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and run it. And change the color. Bam! So you get a beautiful little blue color. Wonderful, okay? And the last thing we have to do is the following. We have to close the app. The absolute easiest way to close the app, the absolute easiest way, is just do this. Okay? Or you could say this. They both do the same exact thing. You can't close it twice. It won't give you an error. Just know that you can't close it twice. So if we close, pick and choose. I don't care which one you do. They do the same exact thing. System.exit is probably better. So again, in this tutorial, we went over how to create your variables, how to create your variables, right? Now you don't have to do it in this step. Look, you could actually do this if you wanted, right? You could do this, int height, and you could do this. And then you could do something like this if you wanted to. Right? This will do the same thing. It just do it in two different lines. So that's the same thing. It makes no difference. So if I want to do it this way here, I could just do this, right? Whatever you're comfortable with doing, it doesn't make any difference. Right? And you'll notice there's some spaces here. Spaces don't matter. It looks a little ugly, right? So we don't want to put lots of spaces, but it makes no difference. The code will still work exactly the same. Okay? So, oh yeah, let's just quickly do this. This was how to clear, super easy. This is how to set the background color. There's tons of different colors. You can play around with that. You could also do this if you want, java.awt.color. That works too. Sometimes color dot doesn't work, so we put java.awt. Again, whatever you want to do here. Both work for me. Sometimes they may not work for you. And the two ways to exit. So there's like two ways to do each thing. It's not that hard. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and you're able to use this to complete the remainder of your programs. There's one thing I didn't show you really quick. I'll show you. If we do this, how to show and hide. So let's just say we wanted to show and hide a panel. We would say this dot JPanel1 dot set visible false. So what this would do, you'd make a button. This hides the panel. If I wanted to show the panel, I do this. You'd probably want to do this in a button. All right, so you definitely probably about 99% sure you'd want to do this in a button. Okay, two separate buttons actually, one for show and one for hide. And by putting it true, this shows the panel. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time in the video to show you this, but all you do is make a button, put this code in the button, and click it, it'll hide, and then make another button, put that code in the other button, and it'll show. So this shows and this hides. Okay, so that's it, wraps it up.